Like we talked about a little bit earlier, it was special enough for us to be there last year, and this year we're looking at it as there's definitely some unfinished business that we want to go out and take care of, and we just got to remember that we got to play loose because if you look at the game 3 and 4 against St. Martin's, game 3 we were pressing to get back to the tournament, and then game 4 we knew we were in, so we relaxed. And I feel like that's when we play our best baseball. So.
You enter the tournament as the GNAC's leading hitter and leader in on-base percentage. Personally, what has changed for you in terms of your approach at the plate or any adjustments you've made that have led to this success this year?
Being healthy is a big part of it. I think that, being able to use both wrists definitely helps, but I am very fortunate enough to hit in between probably the 2 best hitters on our team, so I feel like that helps because when all 3 of us are rolling, then teams have to decide who they're going to throw to, and with Cox behind me and Luke in front of me, I definitely get probably more hittable pitches than I would if I was surrounded by other people. So.
You've commented all year how comfortable this group is playing with each other, very veteran group. How does that come into play and help you guys when you enter a tournament like this? It's win and go on and lose and go home, and how do you think the guys will react to playing with each other a final time?
Well, I just think that we're ready. We're more ready this year than I think we were last year, and we're playing our very best baseball right now, and the 2 teams that are there, they match up well against us and we match up well against them, so it's just a matter of us staying to what we do best and just understanding that they're 9-inning games and that we don't need to press early, and as long as we keep doing our thing, that chances are we're going to end up on top.
And nice for you, a bit of a homecoming getting to play it, and then you have those games on the schedule in the regular season, but just talk about now getting to play the tournament in your home state.
Yeah, no, it's always good. I've been getting texts from former players and all that stuff, said that they were going to come out and see, and it's just special because I grew up playing with those guys, and then now that we're at this point in time where I'm with my new team and my new family and all that stuff, so it's just special that we can come together and have it be played there. So.
Yeah, it's been huge. We went from kind of guessing if we're going to be in the tournament or not to being co-champions, which is awesome, and we're ready to just get over to NNU and prove that we're the outright champions.
And talk about your season thus far, how comfortable you've been feeling, and now having a chance to take the ball in a championship atmosphere.
Yeah, I've always been pretty comfortable on the mound, especially this year. I've always really wanted the ball in pressure situations, which I've said before. I'll take the ball in one of the first 2 games, and I'm really excited just to get out there and have a great offense behind me and great defense and just do what I can do.
And I know for you personally, last year's tournament didn't go how you wanted it to, and for the team as well. You guys worked so hard to win the championship, and then you lost your first 2. How do you think that'll play into this year's tournament in terms of your mindset?
Yeah, that kind of just sets a fire under our backsides. I don't think MSUB has ever won a GNAC tournament game. And this year, coming into it as co-champions and for the 2nd year in a row, we are really out to prove something, and I think we do have a lot to prove.
And just talk about building a winning culture here. Last year you set the program record for wins in a season, and then you broke it this year already with games left to play. Talk about building towards this championship mentality.
Yeah, it's been huge. Bish came out here, 6-7 years ago, whatever it was, and really turned this program around and turned us into a winning school. And we've really just proved that the past 2 years, past 3 years, honestly, and even past 4 years making the tournament, 3 out of the past 4, and it's really been huge. And we're getting a lot of great recruits because of it, and hopefully this just keeps rolling.
Well, I think it was just a testament to our guys and their basically their desire just to keep playing the game hard, keep practicing the game hard. At the halfway point of the year, we were right in the middle, just right at 500 pretty much, and everyone was really disappointed with the result that we were getting. But we'd seen some flashes of our team, but we've just been really inconsistent. So yeah, I'm just really happy that the guys stuck with it, and they hung by each other's sides and just kept fighting, and the results finally started to come for us.
Co-champions during the regular season, so that makes it back-to-back years in which the Yellowjackets have held that title of regular season champions. Is there something more that the guys are looking for? Last year, maybe, don't know if it's a bitter taste the way you ended losing your first 2 in the tournament, but you have the championship again. Now what's the next step?
Well, I think our seniors definitely want more out of it. The guys that are really young that weren't on the team last year or weren't in the program last year probably don't maybe have a full understanding of how difficult it is to get to where we are right now. So We're relying on those veterans to kind of continue to steer our team and to really stay hungry. We talked about that immediately when our last game was over, that, hey, we were in this exact spot last year, and, we brought about a B or a B plus to the tournament, and that wasn't quite enough. And, whether that was because we were tired or whether it was because we were satisfied with accomplishing our first goal, it's difficult to say that. But I just wanted to kind of plant a seed with our guys that, there's more after this. Right now we're in the last regional ranking, we were 7th. So you're playing for the conference tournament title first and foremost, but that regional's on the back burner. And for me, that's whether that happens this year or at some point in the future, that's definitely a program goal of mine, that we want to get our program to where we're consistently competing for that.
The teams you'll see this week are going to be familiar. 8 games played against Western Oregon and 6 played against NNU during the regular season. First up, talk about playing the Wolves in Game 1.
Well, Western they're just an unbelievable program, an unbelievable team every single year. Kellen does a great job with those guys, and they know how to play the game and they know how to win. It can be a great test, I think, for us. I think when you look at the top 4 teams in our league, any of the 4 are capable of representing us, our conference, after conference play in a regional, honestly. And one of those teams isn't even going to be there. So I don't think there's a favorite coming into this tournament. I mean, we're all within a game. We've all been beaten by each other, and we've all beaten each other. It's going to come down to just who brings their A game this weekend. And, the matchups definitely play into it a little bit, so that'll be the interesting part for a fan that follows closely. The matchups will be interesting, but we definitely expect to have our hands full with Western.
And then the format of the tournament, you'll play 2 games on the first day, but they'll be a little spread out. You'll play at 1 or noon, and then again at the late game at 7 against NNU. Talk about facing the Crusaders, a team that you split 6 games with in the regular season, and them having the home field advantage.
Well, NNU at their place is just a completely different animal. I think they're a really, really offensive team almost every year, and this year is no different. I mean, they can go out of the yard with any of their guys in their lineup, and then a few guys on the bench, actually. So they're really dangerous. You can hold them down for 7 innings and have 2 3-run bombs just completely change the game in the 7th or 8th inning. So a really explosive team that way. Where they're different is that, man, they are much improved defensively, and they really pitch well. They've like all the teams, they've always had a guy or two that was pretty good on the mound, but this year they have real depth on the mound, and they really play good defense. And they're very much like us in that they're veteran and they have experienced guys. So they're a formidable opponent, and then you put them at home, and I think if any team has an advantage in this, obviously it's the home team. So, we definitely, at this point in the year, we wouldn't look past any opponent. But these 2 teams that we're going to play on Thursday are both great teams, and we're definitely going to have to bring it to have an opportunity to get the result that we're looking for.